Good morning, folks. So today is actually the day after I recorded the first two episodes, and I was laying in bed last night thinking about Parcel Simulator, as one does, and I've come to a couple realizations of some things that I've done wrong. Okay, first and foremost, I'm handicapping myself with my money. Right, we have two delivery bays. If we look at this upgrade, it's showing delivery speed. So if the delivery trucks sit in the dock and they still have boxes in them, you don't get additional deliveries. What I should be doing is running over, throwing those boxes out onto the ground, or conveying them out, by getting them out onto the ground, allowing for a new truck to come in, building up more parcels, and then just kind of chipping away at them through the day. I'll get more parcels, more money, I can afford more upgrades. So that was the first thing. And then secondly, I was kind of devising of a process for how I'm going to automate this. I think I've got a plan. Now, the problem with the plan is it's going to require a lot of money. Money, which, as I just said, I've kind of slowed myself down on. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grind a few days off screen, just build up a little bit of money, start to buy some equipment, and that should give us a good starting point. I'll tinker around a little bit with the layout and a little bit with kind of my logistics, but I think I have something that will work. Of course, there's going to be new mechanics that'll come in play, but we'll see kind of what happens with those when we get there. So yeah, I'll do a little bit of a jump cut here, and then I'll pop back on when I've got a little bit more money and have started the foundations of our automation. So I'll see you then. All right, just a quick update here. End of the first day, 5 o'clock, no more parcels. I've just been yeeting them into these piles here for the ones that aren't pre-approved and the ones that are pre-approved. Yeah, you can see I got quite a few. So I've definitely been doing something wrong here. Lost out on a lot of money anyway, or slowed my progression, I would say. But now I've got this big heap I need to work through. Already we're up about $1,000. Finished that contract, by the way, for the Mateen package that we were missing. So I'm going to finish these guys up, see what we get to in terms of funds, and then let's see what we can afford. And there we go. End of the day, parcels cleaned up. We're sitting at a healthy just over $10,000. And you can see we did about 117 packages. I did one little mistake, popping in an error parcel into the ground chute. But we're looking pretty good. We also have a nice stack of error parcels ready to go out tomorrow. So that should be another little chunk of cash coming in. Looking at the shop, we're only tier number 2, which is pretty low. I can get the scanner for the serial numbers at tier 3. And to unlock tier 3, it's 1,300. So it's going to take us down to about just under 9,000. And if we get this scanner, we already have a weight scanner. We have the sticker checker. That's 1,700. And then we got a bunch of conveyors. We may be tight. All right. We may be tight on funds. It'll also unlock the parcel opening. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this expansion. All right. Gives us a little bit more in terms of mechanics. But now what we're going to do is we're going to be able to buy this scanner along with the sticker checker and use the way we'll already have. Automate a little bit more. I think that'll be a pretty good start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start buying all these conveyors and all these belts, start setting them up, tinkering with it a little bit, see if my my vision as I was laying in bed makes any sense. And then we'll come back. If I don't have enough, I may run another day. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute, and hopefully I'll show you a nice little setup and I'll run you through it. Okay, guys, so I did 2 days of parcels manually off screen just to kind of accrue some money. You can see I'm down to $87, so I've spent all of it, and it's still not even done. My system is fairly expensive, and I'm just going to run you through what I've got. I'm hoping it's going to work, but we'll find out. But here it is. It's actually only for this one delivery door. So this guy here, it's going to be done manually. I'm just going to throw the parcels on the ground again. And hopefully this one will actually work. The system is modular, so the idea is we just replicate the system at each door, and there's going to be some kind of shared conveyors that will, go to the refusal chutes and stuff like that. But this should hopefully get us past any issues where we just can't process fast enough. I know there's been some talk about these machines being slow, and we saw how slow the weight one was, but like if it gets backed up, you're just not going to process it in time. So I'm hoping by doing like one setup per door, it should help us get past that. But this is what the process is. The parcels are going to come in off the truck. They're going to go to the first scanner, which is the pre-approved or pre-denied stickers. So if they're denied, it's going to come off this left side here. It's going to run down this belt. It's going to go all the way and directly to the refusal chute. It's already stickered, nothing to worry about there. If it is pre-approved, the issue is we don't know if it's going to be ground type, rail type, maritime, air. We don't really know. So it can't automatically go into one of these chutes. So it's going to come around this side, and I'm hoping it doesn't clip onto this bridge. If it does, I have a spare bridge over there, and I'll need to like set it up here, kind of divert it underneath and run it down this way. So we'll find out shortly. But it'll come on this chute, it'll make its way down, get loaded onto this green approval rack, where I actually need to still check the country. I don't have the scanner for the country yet. So if I go down, the country scanner is at warehouse tier 5, and we're only tier 3. So I still need to spend some more to unlock that one. So it'll end up on this green rack. We'll check the country and the flag. We'll check the delivery type, and then it will either get, ultimately approved or declined there. If it is declined, it'll go on this, which automatically drops it off. If it gets approved for this side, air or rail, ground or rail, it'll go onto this conveyor, which then gets loaded onto that rack, and we just manually drop them off. If it's air, it can go manually onto this rack, drop off here when we're ready. The ones that don't have the pre-approved sticker, they're going to come off the center part, right? So they're going to go down this conveyor here, and they're going to go to the weight machine first. If the weight is bad, it's automatically going to go out to this left, and it's going to go to this red refusal rack. If the weight is good, it's going to continue to the next machine, which is the serial number machine. Again, if that one fails, it goes onto this common conveyor to the refusal rack. If the serial number passes, it goes onto this final conveyor system here, back to our last rack, where again, we're checking the country, we're checking the cargo type, and we're kind of placing it accordingly. Now, these guys here, they get pushed out to this belt and they go to this refusals rack and not this one, because we still need to sticker them. So remember, if they have the refusal sticker, it's automatically getting sent. But the ones that don't have the sticker but fail on these other checks, they still need to get that refusal sticker placed on them. So that's why they're going to come to this rack. Essentially, we're just going to pick them up, slap a refusal sticker, drop them off here, off they go. Now, once we unlock more systems, more scanners, we just add them into the queue, and it kind of repeats itself. So loop around, we'll loop around to a new one, drop it off if it fails, put it on here if it works, and we'll kind of work our way through there. Once we have more money, we'll duplicate this system essentially, put it at this door, it'll come running out this way. We may need to buy the expansion. It's probably a good idea. We'll run it out, and this common belt here will just feed to that ultimate refusals line. So the idea is this bridge line will just run along this way here. So everything will just kind of feed that way. All right, so we know that one's good. And then we unfortunately need to do kind of like a central processing area. So once I get my space figured out with this line, I'm probably going to rework this one a little bit and give myself a little bit more room over here to really work on these. There will be the next step. If I look up in the shop here, we have the parcel opening toolbox, and we need a license for opening the toolbox here, so $500. So that's going to be the next kind of like purchase in the next mechanic. And that has to be done manually as well. So they're going to have to come through to this central processing area. We're going to have to check them ourselves and then put them on a line accordingly. So I need to get some more money. I want to automate this one, and then we'll kind of work to do that. So I think what we'll do, I mean, we have a ton of air parcels. Let's clean these up first. Oh, this guy kind of like clipped through the wall and ended up in the ground here, and you actually can't get to it. So you can get down here, you can get on this belt, but you can't leave. You're kind of like stuck, and you can't grab it. So that parcel will probably live there forever. It's correct, but well, gone now. So let's just get this all cleaned up. Let's see. Yeah, I was putting together the system, and I had it all like planned out. It looked really good. And then I realized you had to like actually sticker them to refuse them, so I had to kind of revamp it. And then I realized it was very expensive. So the racks are like $600 each, and these are just the small ones. These are $600 for loaders. Each one of these machines is like $1,200 or $1,500, so we need 3 more on this other side. Some of the belt system is, you know, reusable, of course, but each one of those is like $100. So it adds up quick. But that's okay. It's not a race. We'll get there. But yeah, the first couple of days where I was just like really lazily doing 3 parcels at a time, yeah, that kind of set me back. I was getting, I think, 30 parcels done on a good day. But when I started just like throwing them out of the truck, I was getting 120. So a hell of a lot more money. So I could have had this system set up probably like 4 days ago, because we're on, you know, day 10 right now. Oh, made a mistake. We could have had this setup done a few days ago, but it doesn't really matter. There's no like time limit as far as I know in this. What did we do on this one? Check on my email. Oh, serial number invalid. Okay. All good. Right. We're gonna have to rework our system. I would say fairly soon. As soon as we get these extra unlocks, we're gonna need a lot more mechanics. So yeah, this took a little bit of time, maybe like 15-20 minutes to kind of finesse it, but with how much we're gonna need to change, I guess we'll find out. So yeah, plan. Hopefully, no clipping. If that clips, bridge comes over. I need to dismantle part of this run here just to free up some straight conveyors. Actually, we have $1,000 now. Okay, maybe we don't need to. That's like 10 conveyors, so it could be worth having a few on hand. So this is what I'm thinking. All right, grab this guy. This is going to be like our shared run. So it's going to have to come down this way and come up. And like this whole run really could just get pushed over by one. Actually, maybe worth doing it now. All right. What's nice is you get this little green light indicator if it's connected properly. So it's a good little quality of life thing. Yeah, let's just be smart about this. I know there's like, you know, some janky physics, and we've had some problems. Let's just play it safe. This guy will end up coming out over here. I guess we don't actually need this one. All right. We'll always reuse those later. So we need two straight conveyors out here. One here. And this guy, oops, needs to be flipped. And we need a third straight one there. Okay, so let's get shop. 3 of these. Is there anything else that we can grab while we're here? Don't have a ton of money. I mean, we could get the next things. I don't know if I want to add those in quite yet. I think we do one run like this. Let's just see if it works. And if it does, we can kind of start to expand out. If it doesn't, then we'll go back to the drawing board. But I'm cautiously optimistic that this will work. But famous last words, right? You always assume it's gonna work. Then it happens, and it all crashes and burns, right? Okay. Now, yep, pre-approval sticker comes down, goes right underneath that one. Oh, sorry. Did I grab a third one? Nope, missed it. My bad. And so, yep, should come down. Hits this layer. Okay, cool. Let's get one more. Then those curved conveyor belts are the corner ones. We'll end up using them later on once we got this second run in. Okay. How's that look? Everything else connected? Comes in there. It's going to come around into here. That looks good. It's weird how some of them are on and some of them are not. Okay. There's something backwards. That looks good. That looks good. No? Okay. They all look fine. I guess we'll find out soon enough. And let's just get these guys out of the way. Now, you can't rebox them, which is kind of annoying, but that's all good. So this door here, what we're going to do is just throw the parcels on the ground. We'll let this run and we'll just see if it works first of all. So let's start our day. Okay. First check should be our approved sticker. We have a declined one. No, we have 3 approved. So these are a little bit slow, and this is why I was talking about the speed to kind of like back things up, right? So these parcels just sit here. So the faster you can go, obviously the more you can process. Which is why I don't want this huge common line to happen. Okay, that looks good. And that should just go up to that rack. This guy should go straight through this one. And hopefully, again, it gets underneath that. Okay, okay. Excellent. Okay, let's go empty this one real quick. I like to try to somewhat sort them. If there's a pre-approved, there you go. Like that one, we can throw that side. And the reason we're doing this is just to get more parcels through, make a little bit more money. So this one came through pre-approved, but it's error. So now we just need to know where to drop it. There you go. Again, critically empty this one. Pre-approval. Side goes on that side. All right. So this guy looks like it's made through all of its checks, but it didn't have the pre-approved sticker, which is fine. This one does. So we don't need to worry about it. That's a truck. So we can go drop it on this, and that should just get loaded onto that rack there. All right. It looks like we're doing all right so far. Just get these quickly. Load these. Here, I'll just grab these. Okay, that's air. This is kind of what I was doing when I was just doing it off screen. I was just sorting them into piles. You get through them pretty quickly. So this one was automatically rejected for something, right? We don't really know what the reason was. Doesn't really matter. So if we turn a sticker here, no, we can't like drag it over. So we'll just go in here. Deny it. Drop it here. And that should go right down the refusal chute. Good to go. Okay. These guys, pre-approved by truck. Yeah, okay. As long as it's not clipping under that bridge, we should be okay. Approved again. This one here, there's no sticker, so we need to check the country flag. Strentum was good. The weight was already checked. The serial number was already checked. It's going by rail. So we should be able to just drop that over here. Right. This guy here. That's Kristen. That's by truck. Good to go. So obviously there's still some manual element to this. Obviously we're not at a point where the whole system's automated. Like, you do have checks for the cargo type. You do have checks with the country flag. There's like different rails, different conveyors to use when you need to have parcels being inspected, all kinds of stuff like that. There's still a lot more to come, but I think this is a pretty good starting point, right? It's a hell of a lot quicker than it was before. Now we are obviously only doing one delivery kind of bay right now, but that's okay. Give it a day or two, I think we'll be able to get through that fairly quickly. Just, it's doing its thing. The key is just throughput, right? The more parcels you can process, the more money you make, the easier it gets. But yeah, these are pretty slow, aren't they? So like, if you had one common line, and I see people do this, is they have one line where all the parcels come through. That must get backed up really quickly, especially when you get these upgrades, right? So in the shop, you get delivery speed and delivery size. So if you get this up to 3rd level and 2nd level, man, like, these things must be going crazy. So I'm hoping, even though that my kind of like modular system is more expensive, I'm hoping it's going to be better in the long run. I guess we'll find out. Okay, these are all good. Although, why? Ooh, cargo type. Yeah, because we don't have the cargo type checker. Because this cargo type is wrong. But I guess in reality... Yep. I guess in reality, this... So I've got green here, which is supposed to be good, and then red for bad. In reality, this is not actually good. It's like a yellow, right? It still needs its final check. Error, we're okay, but everything else passed. Right. Yeah. That's okay. As we unlock more, we'll obviously be able to kind of fine-tune our setup. But this is way better than it was before. Not having to worry about parts of it. You know, the weight, the serial number, the sticker. It's a big help. Grab these. Okay. I was hoping, like, when I originally set this up, I was hoping they would just continue to kind of like pile up on the ground and you wouldn't have to do this kind of system, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, so this is full. These only hold 8. I haven't unlocked the next tier yet, but I think the idea would be come down this conveyor, load them onto the rack. You can offload them onto a pallet. The pallet you just pick up and just dump them all in there. As it stands, we're just gonna have to pick them up. Throw them in here manually, which, no. It is what it is. But the thing is, like, you can't automatically drop them in here because what if it's like a weekend and you're not accepting rail, right? So because that chute accepts 2 different delivery types, but it's not always active, we can't just drop them in there. Maybe there'll be I don't know, like, is there going to be a tool where we can check the day of the week to see if the cargo type matches the delivery chute, like, acceptance stuff? I don't know. I haven't got that far, but I think it would be a kind of a cool feature. So those are all good. Oh, this is piling up. Quick ones, it's already approved, but it's error. Okay. This one we could automate a little bit more, where, like, if we know it's error, we can just drop it on like a belt that comes along this way. We're not quite at that point. But I think it shows you the potential, right? Let's quickly get through these. Okay, no more parcels today. All right. Our efficiency is not as good as it was when I was doing it manually, like in terms of throughput, which is to be expected. I haven't been yeeting those into piles all day. But like, really, who wants to do that? So I think what we'll end up doing is it'll probably be maybe one more day where we do something like this. And then at the end of that day, we should have enough to hopefully start investing in the second line. Ooh, okay. Almost missed that one. Yeah, it's that cargo type. Okay. I really don't like how the cargo type comes on this one. Like, in my head, I'm thinking these are all good, when obviously they're not. We do need to check the flags, which have been, so far, I think have been all right. No, stuck. Needs to go down. We do need to check those buttons, obviously. It's the wrong cargo type. Although, like, I'm definitely rushing these parcel inspections more than I used to. Which means I'm probably more prone to error at that point. Why is this not being loaded? Okay, it's just really slow. These are all rejected for something. Doesn't matter what it is. We know it just didn't pass the muster test. Like, that's what I like. These ones, I don't need to think. You just right away know they're bad. I just need the sticker. Now, I wonder, like, can we get a machine that stickers them automatically? If so, that would be great. I don't recall seeing anything in the shop for that, but, you know, I could be wrong. That flag is wrong. So that'll be our 8th. Then those. We get another full chunk here. We're on 1 out of 8. Yeah, let's get this done. Although, you know, overall I'm happy. I think the system, I think it's good. I think once we get that second delivery bay all lined up, it'll help a lot. Then we'll get the next tier, the next kind of warehouse upgrade, which will mean that we can get the inspection station, which is going to be another kind of bit to add on. Because we'll have the country scanner, which will end up pushing through. I guess anything that will be flagged for inspection, I guess that could be like an early stage. Like, if we need to inspect it, if we know right away, right? If it could be something like we push all this up, and if, you know, the approval and denial stickers, I think those just automatically, you know, you send them through. If it's approved, you don't need to inspect it. If it does need to be inspected, it'll probably come out this way and we'll shoot it off here first. Or does it come at the end? I guess, like, it depends if it can fail something else. It probably can fail something else. So in which case you wouldn't need to inspect it. So maybe you put that at the very end, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll finish up these kind of random boxes that I've thrown out here. We'll kind of see where we end up at the end of this one. We're at $3,000. It's going to cost, I would guess, 12 to 15,000 to do another run. Because like these machines themselves are 3,600. Plus we need the expansion, which is probably be about 1,500. So yeah, it'll probably be another couple days of like off-screen grinding just to kind of get some dollars in the bank. So what I'll do is I'll finish these guys up. I'll do another day or two. We'll come back, hopefully with another line and a new upgrade on the warehouse. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, you know what, guys? I kind of lied to you. I was gonna grind off screen, do a little bit of, couple days, and then we'll like buy out this run. But I started when I processed all these manual packages. I was just running over here and dropping them on the line and just letting them go through. I know I said earlier I don't like the fact that you have a shared belt. However, we're so early on in the game and we don't have those upgrades that the throughput from the trucks really isn't that bad. And I think we'll hold quite a bit on this line anyway, so it may not slow it down that much. But what I did is I just connected the second door into this run here. Had to do a little bit of a little twisty bit here. I don't know if I can go just straight on onto a normal belt, if it will actually pick it up correctly. And there's no three, like this is a merge two belts. There's no three merger. So if you've done Factorio, you're probably used to stuff like this where you kind of flip it around. So this line's just going to come into the back. This one's going to come out here. And I don't know if there's like a priority system or what the deal is. Obviously, this one's going to hopefully process faster because it's got such a shorter conveyor system. Whereas this one, obviously, we can hold like multiple trucks worth of packages here before it starts to back up. So this is our temporary solution. What we'll end up doing is we'll run a few days with this setup, get some more money, get those expansions, and build up this next run right here. I really want to look at that next, what is it? This parcel opening toolbox. To get that one, we do need the license, which means we need the expansion. Oh no, sorry, we need the toolbox first. So 500. I think that's a good goal for us to work towards. And I think that's something that we'll do in the next episode. This one's getting a little long. So what we'll do is we'll end it here. We'll pick it up tomorrow, and we'll start working on that next tier, that next delivery bay expansion. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.